This video is brought to you by the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors and the San Diego Daily Transcript.
Hi, everybody. George Chamberlain here, executive editor for the Daily Transcript. Time for another edition of The Scoop, brought to you by the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors. We're recording this on the 15th of July already, 2014. And of course, joining me is Leslie Kilpatrick. She is the president of SDAR. Good to see you again.
Good morning.
Always a lot of stuff going on for you guys. Boy, president, you're logging a lot of miles as president for the group, aren't you?
Yes, but it's a lot of fun too.
Sure, and it's a great time to be out amongst your colleagues.
I think I got a good year.
All right, let's get the stats out of the way here so we can get into some of the other big things that SDAR is involved with right now. This past month of June, very interesting month, because not only did we see a pickup in sales, but we also saw a pickup in prices, which is a little bit unusual.
Yes, it's exciting because it shows a very healthy market, I think.
Mm-hmm. So let's give a kind of an overview of what we saw last month.
Well, the median price went up to $525. Wow. And that's a number we have not seen since February. Oh, I'm sorry. That is a number we have not seen in quite some time.
Yeah.
And then in terms of inventory, we had inventory up to 8,000, and that's a level we hadn't seen since February 2012.
So the inventory thing's kind of important in here.
Exactly, because you need to be able to find the properties that you want to buy.
Sales go up when there's more inventory to choose from, right?
Exactly, and more people are out from underwater, so they're able to sell their homes if they'd like to sell. It's a funny market because it's a little bit of a buyer's market in that you have low interest rates and more things to choose from. Yet it's a seller's market because if you price your property well, it will sell. We're at market times of about 40 days.
Leslie, give me your 30-second response to this question, because I know you get it all the time. Are we in a real estate bubble?
Absolutely not. I could not see a more fundamentally strong market. And the truth is that the people who are borrowing money are qualified to borrow it. It's at fixed rates for the long term. We still have a lot of cash transactions. I think these are fundamental values.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I get a little bit annoyed at some of the things that people, and I'm not even in the industry. You guys have to deal with this on a daily basis, so I know what you mean. A lot of stuff going on. You have some big events coming up, including one that will be happening in a short period of time here to deal with a subject that is very important, and that's the area of fraud in some of the real estate transactions.
Absolutely. So we're having a press conference next Friday, July 25th, with Bonnie Dumanis, our district attorney, and Wayne Bell, who is in charge of the BRE now, the Bureau of Real Estate, formerly the DRE. Mm-hmm. And we'll be talking about real estate fraud surrounding rentals primarily. There are a lot of scams out there, a lot of people losing money. That's very desperate times out there for folks trying to secure a rental right now.
Sure. And that brings us that's almost a companion to what we were talking about. As tight as the market is to buy a home, it's even, I think, tighter to rent a place to live, isn't it?
The rents have escalated and the availability of rentals is diminished. And the fact is, we're not building enough to keep up with the demand.
One of the things is realtors can be the front line of defense against this kind of fraud that you're going to be talking about, right?
Absolutely. And we have a special product. We'll be unveiling it on the 25th to maybe help with some of the scams where photographs of listings are scraped and used on the internet to attract folks losing money in a deposit.
Yeah, and that's really an uncomfortable situation. And if it happens to someone you know, it really is painful. Then another event is coming up, and we're talking about September already, but September's not that far away.
No, and it's a very major event for us. So it's a Risk Management Summit. It's an all-day event on September the 12th, and we will cover many topics protecting realtors and brokers on how to run their business properly to survive a BRE audit in the morning. We're having an exciting luncheon called Orange is the New Black, where we'll have local law enforcement and enforcement across the state describe to us and explain scams that have gone on where people have been caught and convicted of real estate fraud. And then in the afternoon, we'll have a concentrated look at the brand new real estate purchase agreement that will be coming out in November. Major changes, important for our members to attend this particular day.
You know, it's really interesting in real estate. It's funny, when the markets were so terrible, there was a lot of fraud going on. Now we have a very strong market, and there's still the opportunity for fraud there.
It's whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, it really is.
People who are criminals find a way in every market, and they always find the most vulnerable to take advantage of. There's a lot of affinity fraud. There's a lot of fraud directed at elderly folks. There's a lot of fraud directed at the military personnel that are transferred here. So it's a very important subject, and we're out there, and we can recognize it. And what SDAR is working to do is provide a venue for us to report it and get it squelched, before it occurs and hurts more and more people.
Yep. So if you're watching this on the SDAR website, you can get all the information about both events right on the website, and you can find out about that and make your reservations to attend, especially the September event, because that's going to be a big one, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Leslie Kilpatrick, President of the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors. I'm George Chamberlain. You've been watching The Scoop.